So what we have here today is a Cadillac XT5. It is the 3.6 liter V6 engine all-wheel drive, and I'm going to tell you what is my opinion on this car. I'm gonna drive it, we're gonna do a 0 to 60 test, and we're gonna first look around it. Now, this model hasn't been changed a lot since 2017. That is when it was initially introduced. There had been some minor tweaks on the inside and on the outside. It has very sharp lines. It still looks modern, even though it is already 7 years old. So that is it, how it looks on the outside. I don't think I'm gonna be making too many comments on the looks, as that is very individual thing. So some people may like it, some people may not like it. One thing we know is that it is due to a refresh, as it's been quite some time since they introduced this model. Now let's start from the boot. You've got electrically operated tailgate, and as you can see, this is the size of the boot. And you have a underfloor storage compartment, which is taken up by the spare wheel, which is always a nice to have. You have the divider there, so there's a divider, you can put it here and divide the boot. And again, electrically operated. With a press of a button you can get it down. Okay, now let's have a look at the rear seat. Here is the rear seat space. Let's remove that receipt. And when you sit at the back, me at 5'7" and sitting behind myself as a driver, I have plenty of knee space here. That is about 10 inches in front of me, maybe a bit more. And the good thing is, the rear seat, you can recline it. So if you pull that lever here, you can lift it up, you can make it much straighter, you can fold it. So the rear seat, you can fold it flat, and then it creates a flat bed from the boot. It is quite comfortable. The leather seems a good quality, it's nice and soft. Here you can pull out the middle compartment. We've got two cup holders, and down here we've got the two USBs. That is to put your notepad there, or a tablet. And let's shut the door. Electrically operated windows at the back, that is to be expected. And that is it. I believe that 3 people can relatively comfortably sit back here, as the floor is flat. The third person shouldn't be too tall, as me at 5'7", I have barely any space above my head. So yeah, the person sitting in the middle is gonna be on the tight side of the headroom space. Now if you're sat here, things are much better, but still not too much space. Shoulder width, that seems alright. Now let's move at the front. There is not much more to be said for the rear seat, so let's move to the front. And we're gonna begin with that. You have remote lock and unlock, so the key fob can stay into my pocket, and then with the press of this button I can lock and unlock the car. Let's start from here. What have we got? Starting left to right, we have a fake wood here. So this is like some plastic trim, but it looks good. It picks up fingertips quite a bit, but it's not as bad as the piano black. So here we've got something that imitates metal, again some type of maybe an alloy or plastic, I'm not sure. And lock, unlock for the doors. You've got presets for your seats, so you can memorize 2 positions for the seats and the mirrors. Here we've got the electrically operated windows, electrically folding mirrors, They go like this by the press of this button. When you press it again, you can control the mirrors from here. Then we've got the parking brake. Then we've got here, we can adjust the brightness of the instrument cluster and the infotainment system. Now we're getting over to this talk here, which is for your lights. You've got auto lights, they get activated automatically when it gets darker. There's a sensor, and you've got automated high beams as well. On the steering wheel, we've got the cruise control. So this car comes equipped with a cruise control. It doesn't have the adaptive cruise control, so it hasn't been spec'd with that. You've got voice control, not the best ones. You can hang up if you make a phone call from here. And you have here the forward collision system, the lane departure assistance system, heated steering wheel. You can select the stations from here, control the different menus on the instrument cluster from here. So now we have the parking brake activated, and that is not a digital instrument cluster, although it looks like it. There is a small digital display here in the middle and a small digital display here on top. Now this is something that it's dated for this model. It's 2024 at the moment, and this is 2023 car, so I don't think it had been much updated for the recent years. Now most cars, they have a fully digital display. However, in my opinion, I do prefer the analog one. So yeah, to me that has not been a problem. Now when we move over to the right, we've got our windshield wipers control stalk here, and you've got the pedals here at the back for the manual mode when you're driving. Here is the start and stop button. Over here you've got your parking sensors to the front, auto stop and start when you drive the car. Then it's the infotainment system, which I'm gonna come back to in a second. You can mute and unmute your radio. That is the home button. And here you've got the physical controls for the AC, which I love. So I much prefer having physical controls compared to only the digital. You can control everything from here. So once you get into the setting, you can get it up here, which is all right, but I still prefer to use these ones down here. Then we move to the shifter. Park is here. You press the side button to go into drive or reverse or neutral. So let's go to reverse, and we've got the rear view camera, which is a decent quality. Here, another good thing, another highlight of this car is that you have the physical buttons for the infotainment system, which is really good. You've got the safety system here, so you can turn off and on the traction control from here. And here are the different modes. So you've got sports mode, you've got all-wheel drive, and you've got off-road mode, if I am correct. So here, when you press them, all-wheel drive, sport, off-road, and then is the tour mode, which is gonna provide you with the best efficiency. And here we go down to the storage compartment in the middle, and it is okay. I would have thought it's gonna be bigger. So when we remove that, see, you can put a couple of cans probably, or maybe 3 cans of soda, but not more than that. I think a small bottle maybe will fit, maybe not. Here is where you can connect your phone. You've got USB-C and USB type A here, and here is the SD card. So yeah, that's what we get here. Now let's see if we can put this one back where it was. Good, like so. Maybe that cable can go on top. There you go. So this is the little divider there, and that's how I charge my phone and connect to the Android Auto. Now, one thing, again, as a highlight of this car that I've missed when we started here, is the 14-speaker Bose audio. The system is really good. It offers an amazing sound, and I've been quite happy. Now, the rear view mirror is frameless, which is amazing. We also have the lights here for the driver and the passenger. They are the same lights that lit up when you open the doors. Now, another good thing for that car is that you've got the panoramic sunroof, so you can open the shade. I'm really happy that compared to a Tesla, this one actually has a shade and it's automated, so you can pull it all the way back and you can open the sunshade. You can open it all the way, so you can open the sunroof like this. So the driver's seat is electrically operated, so here you've got the setting. You can move the seat back forwards, so it's adjustable in multiple of ways. You have also lumbar support, and it is the same thing with the passenger seat. The door cards, they have a small storage. It's not very big, but still it offers decent space for a small bottle. The glove box compartment, it's actually at a very decent size. And here are the sun visors, which you've got 2 lights for it. And also the good thing on these sun visors is they can slide, so depending on where the sun comes from, you can actually get protected. So yeah, sun visors are really good. Now, when we get to the infotainment system, what I really like is that apart from all the usual settings, you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which are both wireless, and that really helped me on my nearly 2,000 miles journey. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. You've got your settings here. You can control what apps you've got. You have some vehicle controls here. It shows the temperature outside, it shows you the time, it shows you the internet that you're getting at the moment. Here is the climate control. You've got separate navigation. If you don't want to use the Apple CarPlay, you get Sirius XM. Obviously you got your FM, and you can connect to your
enjoy our greatest content.
And you can connect to your phone to play your own music. So things that annoy me is the quality when you go below the armrest. So over here the materials are really nice. Up here they've used nice leather. Here it's a little bit hard, but still it's decent quality. Here you've got something that imitates perforated leather. You've got stitching around, and when you get just below the armrest, it's just really bad plastic. So this is like a scratch plastic, and you can see down here there are scratches, down there are scratches, over there scratches, and there are a few more things that I'm going to discuss right now. After having covered nearly 2,000 miles with this vehicle on highways, on country roads, on the twisties around the Grand Canyon, and in the city of LA and Las Vegas, I think I have a pretty good idea of the handling and the comfort of the Cadillac XT5. So I would like to share with you what is my experience. Now, first of all, as a vehicle, this is very compliant and it's very sturdy on the road, and as something that weighs nearly 2 tons, you wouldn't expect to have that handling performance. So especially when we're back in the mountain, you can easily go with a higher speed into those turns. Not as that is advisable, but definitely that is something that you can do with that car. And as it comes on the highway, this car is nice, it's quiet, it is very comfortable to cover long distances, it has very good acceleration, it is not as fast as some of its rivals. I thought it's gonna be a little bit quicker actually. I did some 0 to 60, which you're gonna be able to see in a moment. I thought we were gonna be able to achieve better times, but unfortunately we didn't. But that is not the most important part in such a vehicle. it is competent enough to overtake and reach good speeds. You're not gonna have any struggles for day-to-day needs in that car, so you can easily daily drive it, as the most important thing in such a vehicle is the comfort, which this one can easily offer. Alright guys, now it's time to do the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, or also known as 0 to 60 miles per hour test. Let's see what time is the Cadillac XT5 going to achieve. So we're on the famous Route 66 at the moment. Let's go to drive. We're gonna put sports mode, which is gonna activate all four wheels, and now we're gonna go. Control, which if I was to spec it, I would definitely take that from the option list, as it makes it much easier when you cover long distances. And the lane departure, basically what it does, it makes your seat vibrate if you cross the line, and also it's kind of assist with the steering wheel. But the problem that I have with it is that it's not always reliable. Now, if I let go of the steering wheel, we can go on into the lane and the car is not going to do anything. And now it just pushed us into the other lane, and now it started assisting. So it just go from one lane to the other lane. It's not very accurate, if I can say it this way, or it's not very precise. Now with the automated braking, that is very intrusive. That's the other thing I don't like. So sometimes you can be approaching a vehicle and the car is gonna just think that you're gonna crash, and it's gonna hard brake, which is also potentially dangerous for the vehicle behind you, as if they are too close, yet it is their problem, but if they're too close, they're gonna just hit you. So these are the two things that I don't particularly enjoy. Another thing that has been for all that trip on my nerves is the squeaking noise coming up from the sunroof. So here, I guess they didn't tape it well, or I'm not sure what they did, but I need to keep my hand all the time on top of the roof. I need to keep my hand on top here, and obviously I'm not going to be driving for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours with my hand holding the roof lining. So easy. It has auto stop and go, which I don't think it works very well. We had it in my girlfriend's car, which is much older. It's about 13 years older than this, and it works better. As for example, now we are approaching a traffic light. We're gonna stop. We're gonna get to a stop, and the system is not working. It is activated, but the system is not working. I don't know why the vehicle is not stopping. Whether it's deciding that it's gonna use more fuel if it stops and then starts again. So yeah, that is one of the things that slightly confuses me. And another thing, so we've got the forward collision system, and what I found to be happening is when the sun is blasting at the front of the car, then it activates the forward collision system, and then it makes your seat vibrate, and also it gives you an alert even if there is nothing. So in summary, I can say that this car offers a lot of convenience, and it is comfortable. You have enough features to make your drive very pleasant. The only thing that I would do is, if I was to buy the car, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is just option it with the adaptive cruise control. In town, that car is quiet as well, maybe at lower speeds you can hear the engine a little bit more than what a luxury car should feel like, but apart from that, I'm quite happy with it. It's easy to navigate. Yeah, I think that is it.